Hello everyone! Today we have an inspiring story about a girl who was once very lazy but turned her cleverness into strength. By the end of this story, we'll learn how someone who avoids hard work can still transform when they find the right reason to keep going. And of course, we'll also pick up some new words and practice making sentences with them along the way. Once upon a time, in a quiet desert town, there lived a young girl named Lila. She lived with her grandmother in a small clay house near the dunes. Lila was clever, but she disliked hard work. Every morning, she was supposed to help fetch water from the well, but she found carrying heavy jars tiring. Instead of making several trips, she tied ropes to the jars and dragged them on a wooden board across the sand. This saved her energy, though her grandmother often worried, "If I grow too weak, how will Lila take care of everything?" Still, since the water always reached home, her grandmother never scolded her. One summer, the desert heat grew fierce. Lila's grandmother became very ill, and suddenly Lila had to handle all the chores herself. Fetching water, collecting firewood, and caring for the goats exhausted her. After a few weeks, their goats grew weak from thirst, and Lila sat under the stars whispering, "Why didn't I ever try harder before? Now I might lose everything I love." The next morning, a messenger arrived in town. He announced a grand challenge at the Queen's palace. Whoever succeeded would win a crystal chest filled with gold and food supplies. Lila thought, "This is my chance to save Grandma and our home." The villagers chuckled. How could lazy Lila defeat warriors and travelers from across the kingdom? But Lila ignored their laughter. She packed her small bag and set off toward the palace. After 3 days, the contest began. Dozens of strong contestants stood at the edge of a wide canyon. The first task was announced: cross the canyon and reach the other side. The others immediately started building rope bridges or climbing down the cliffs. Lila hesitated, then noticed some palm trees nearby. She cut their broad leaves, tied them together, and made a parachute-like glider. While others struggled with ropes and rocks, she leapt from the cliff and floated gently across. To everyone's surprise, she landed among the first 3 finishers. The final test was even harder. Each finalist received a massive stone cube and was told to move it a full kilometer to the palace gates. Tools were offered: ropes, levers, and hammers. The first contestant grabbed a rope and dragged the cube slowly. The second used a lever to inch it forward. But Lila stopped to think. "I can't rely on strength. I must rely on ideas." She chose a chisel. Instead of pushing, she carved her cube into a giant wheel. Once it was round, she rolled it forward with ease. The crowd gasped as she passed the others and reached the palace gates first. The queen smiled and said, "Strength may win battles, but wisdom wins kingdoms." Lila received the crystal chest, rushed home, and saved her grandmother. From that day on, she was no longer known as Lazy Lila, but as Lila the Clever. This story shows us that laziness can be overcome when we find a powerful reason, whether it's family, dreams, or proving others wrong. A strong goal can awaken the best in us. And while listening, we also learn new words and sentences, making our English stronger step by step. Remember, learning can be fun when practiced regularly. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next story.